The right age to get a puppy is actually 60 days.
Okay.
I got my dog at 35 days.
Okay.
And that's a completely wrong age to get a dog. You are the primary trainer.
Okay.
The pet parent is the primary trainer because the puppy is going to be with the pet parent 24 hours a day. কোনো কুকুর 2 বছর বয়সে উঠে বলে না আমি আজকে কামড়াবো। Okay, so trigger গুলো শুরু হয় or the behavior pattern starts much earlier in life. Now a dog who's a cute puppy 5 মাসে খুব একটা লোকজনকে মিট করেনি, কেন বাইরে খুব একটা যায়নি, লোকজন ভিতরে আসেনি, then people come and start picking up the puppy. Because it's a cute puppy.
That is wrong.
That is wrong. A dog will show a lot of signs of stress. We call it calming signals. Nose lick is a sign of stress in dogs. Okay, yawn is a sign of stress. Ears going back is a sign of stress. A lot of people punish their dogs for growling. Don't punish a dog necessarily for growling because the dog is giving a warning that I'm not liking what you're doing. So stop doing it. Nindy, like you said, is super smart. And if you have a smart dog and doesn't have ways to channelize his or her energy, then there could be a problem. A lot of people want to love dogs and love dogs, but they might not be equipped to adopt any dog, because a dog who is adopted will come with their own share of challenges. So dog behavior is absolutely predictable. So if everyone calls me up and says my dog is unpredictable, and if it's happened at 1-2 years of age, I will say first check out medical. So as a pet parent, if your dog is scared, you should make sure that the dog finishes all the outside business, so soup potty, everything by 5:30, not beyond that. Then let the dogs just be at home. Give them a safe space. Teach the dog good manners, that when a guest comes in, go to your mat and settle down there. If the person is a dog lover, by all means run around the house and play with the person. But if the person is not a dog lover, you settle down next to me.
Hi guys, welcome to another very special episode of Hypecast. Today we have a very close friend of mine, Paromita, who is also one of the most sought after dog behavioral specialists in Calcutta. And today's episode is mainly for all pet parents like me to get all the insights of what our furry friends think, feel, and why they do what they do, and how we can make their life even better and give them a good life along with us. Hi Paromita, how are you doing today?
Thank
Welcome
you
to
very
Hypecast.
much.
Welcome to Hypecast.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me here.
Firstly, I want to start that how did you, I know that you have a separate background, but how did you end up in this
area?
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes way back to my childhood, many years back, possibly before you were born.
Okay.
I love dogs. I think it comes from my father's side of the family. My father's side loved dogs, my mother's side not that much. And at that time, trainer was not really a sought after or not even a thought after option at that point in time. So I wanted to become a vet. Was one of the options, but I'm terrified of blood and stuff like that. So then I followed a regular line of studying science, and then went on to do my MBA and got into a corporate job. But the love for animals continued. Around 20-25 years into my corporate career, and it was a fairly successful career. I enjoyed what I was doing. I was working with the Tata Group and I loved working there. But approximately when I was in my early 40s, I thought that I really want to do something with dogs. And I said that if I continue till my retirement and work in the corporate line till I'm 60, I felt I didn't want it to be a regret. That I wanted to do something and I didn't manage to do it. So that's when I decided to, and I didn't know what I wanted to do because I knew it's not a vet. But at that time, initially, I thought I'll start a creche. There was a need. I stay in Calcutta. Bengalis love traveling. And I thought, let me start a creche. And with that idea, I actually decided to speak to my company to say that I want to move out and follow my passion. And it took a long time to actually move out. And that's when I contacted someone called Shirin Merchant, who is one of the leading trainers and behaviorists in India, in Asia, in the world as well. And I told her I want to do this. And there was a trainer's course coming up then. So while the thought that time was to start a creche.
So there's a trainer's course as well.
There's a trainer's course. So, and she was going to conduct a trainer's course in Mumbai. And she said, I don't have a kennel management course coming up now, but I have a trainer's course. And I said, wonderful. And I was still working at that point in time, but my company was good enough and kind enough to let me go for the course. And I did that while I was still working. And when I did the trainer's course, I slowly realized is that this is what I really want to do, because it's educating people all across. With a crash, yes, it's a service I'm providing, but nothing beyond that, which I still do. But with a training course, I'm really educating people how you train a dog using kind and positive methods, because there are a lot of intimidation methods that goes around all over.
Yeah, we all
know about it. So how to train a dog with kind and patient ways. And more important, doing the course with Shireen helped me understand how to really create a bond with a dog.
How to give them a good life.
How to give them a great life. So I did a trainer's course with her, and then I went on to do a behavior course on dog behavior, specializing on dog behavior. And then I did a course on aggression, how to work with dogs who have had a history of aggression. I then went on to do courses with John Rogerson, who was a behaviorist based in UK, who unfortunately passed away a couple of years back. So John had been working with dogs since 1966. Some of his courses were conducted in India as well. So I did courses with them, and that's when I decided to this is going to be my
what I want to do. Then it's just there's been no looking back.
No looking back. No regrets, no looking back.
No looking back, and it's all you and the furry friends.
Absolutely, and I love every Monday morning.
So I found out about you from Jampo, my neighbor's dog, and then I contacted you, and then there was a long gap in between, and then I met you
while
on the road.
I was training another dog.
Then we again contacted, and then we started training Millie.
That's right.
Now, my first question is that what is the right age for a dog to start its training?
Okay, so the right age is the day the dog comes home. Okay. So the right age to actually get a puppy, to even start before that, the right age to get a puppy is actually 60 days.
Okay.
I know a lot of people get dogs at 30 days, 35 days.
45 days.
45 days. I got my dog at 35 days.
I got Millie in 50 days.
Yeah, 50 days is still a good age.
Okay.
I got my dog at 35 days.
Okay.
And that's a completely wrong age to get a dog. This was, of course, 30 years back or 35 years back, and I didn't know better. We were first-time pet parents as well, and I remember I got my first dog at 35 days, which is completely wrong age. So the right age to separate a puppy from the mother is 60 days.
Okay.
Because the first 3 weeks is the neonatal phase, then till 60 days is the primary socialization phase, where the puppy learns from the mother and the siblings. At approximately somewhere between around 5 to 6 weeks, the mother starts rejecting the puppy slowly, and 60 days the puppy's primary socialization stage ends. The mother starts weaning off the puppies, so the nutritional weaning happens, and even the behavioral weaning happens. So whatever the puppy has to learn from the mother is more or less done by 60 days.
Okay.
For different animals, it's different.
Okay.
So if you look at a tiger, it's a different age. For a polar bear, it's a different age. So for dogs, it's approximately 60 days. So 60 days is the right time to actually bring a puppy home. So 30-35 days is completely wrong.
A lot of people, 40-45 days also bring.
I would still say 50 days is closer to 60.
Yeah,
that's better. But 30-35 days is a wrong age completely, because immunity takes a beating, because the puppy is dependent on the mother's milk for building stronger immunity, and behavioral challenges also may happen. So if 50-60 days is when the puppy should come into the family's house, and at 60 days the secondary socialization phase starts. And actually the puppy's training should start from the day the puppy comes home. And it does not mean that training by a trainer necessarily.
Okay.
The primary trainer, and you know about it because we've discussed, is that you are the primary trainer.
Okay.
The pet parent is the primary trainer, because the puppy is going to be with the pet parent 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day, the puppy is going to learn what is acceptable behavior and what's not acceptable behavior. And that learning starts right.
Which Millie doesn't do. I'm really sorry to say that. Anyways, so আমি একটা পরের প্রশ্নতে যেতে চাই, সেটা হচ্ছে যে আজকে আমরা দেখি যে অধিকাংশ অনেক বাড়িতে কুকুর আছে, ঠিক আছে, সবার বাড়িতে আছে, এবং সবাই সবার মতন করে কুকুরকে রাখছে, সব কিছু করছে, অল ইজ গুড। তো অনেক সময় আমরা দেখি যে কুকুররা ইনিশিয়ালি খুব শান্ত থাকে, সাডেনলি ওরা অ্যাগ্রেসিভ হয়ে যায়, আর ওই অ্যাগ্রেশনটা চলতে থাকে। বিকজ আমার পার্সোনালি 2-3 জন রিলেটিভের বাড়িতেও এরকম হয়েছে যে যখন নিয়ে এসছে খুব শান্ত, হঠাৎ করে যখন বয়স টয়স 2-3 বছর বেড়ে গেছে তখন সাডেনলি অ্যাগ্রেসিভ হয়ে গেছে, কাউকে ঘরে ঢুকতে দিচ্ছে না, গ্রাউল করছে। তো এইসব যখন সিচুয়েশন হয় তখন এরকম কি হোয়াট ট্রিগার্স দিস, আমার এটা জানার ব্যাপার।
ওকে, সো ট্রিগারটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি অনেক আগে শুরু হয়।
ওকে,
কোনো কুকুর 2 বছর বয়সে উঠে বলে না আমি আজকে কামড়াবো। ওকে, সো ট্রিগারগুলো শুরু হয় or the behavior pattern starts much earlier in life. It might start at a very young age as well. So broadly, if we talk about aggression, there are 3 reasons why aggression can happen. One হলো genetic, যদি মা বাবার কিছু অ্যাগ্রেশন থাকে ওটা পাস অন হতে পারে। সেকেন্ড হলো মেডিকেল রিজনসের জন্য হঠাৎ অ্যাগ্রেশন হতে পারে। যদি হঠাৎ অ্যাগ্রেশন হয় ইটস অ্যাকচুয়ালি মোর কুড বি ডিউ টু মেডিকেল রিজনস, যে কিছু শরীর খারাপ, উই বিকাম স্ন্যাপি রাইট, যখন আমাদের শরীর খারাপ তখন শরীর খারাপের জন্য হতে পারে। বাট মোস্ট অফ দ্য অ্যাগ্রেশন কেসেস আর অ্যাকচুয়ালি আ লার্নড বিহেভিয়ার। সো এটা খুব আই এম গিভিং সাম এক্সাম্পলস। অনেক কুকুরদের ফিয়ার ইস্যুস থাকে, নট এভরিবডি ইজ আ কনফিডেন্ট।
ফিয়ার ইস্যুসটা একটু যদি এক্সপ্লেইন করো, ফিয়ার ইস্যুস মানে কি রকম?
ফিয়ার মানে ফিয়ার অফ পিপল, কুড বি ফিয়ার অফ পিপল, কুড বি ফিয়ার অফ সাউন্ডস। সো ছোটবেলা যখন সে লোকজন যে সেরকম হাত দেখিয়েছে, অনেক হয় স্ট্রিট ডগসদের হয় অনেক সময়। আমরা ডগ লাভার কম আছে কমিউনিটিতে। দেয়ার আর পিপল হু আই এম নট ইভেন সে যে মানে are scared of dogs, they're neutral to dogs. They tolerate dogs, which is fine. In a community there will be people. আর একটা পাপি আসলো এরকম যা বললো, the person is not meaning to harm the dog, but the dog person's body language can be aggressive at that time. তখন the puppies might start getting scared as well. Plus যেমন হিউম্যান বিংস এর মধ্যেও not all children are confident. There are some children, many children who are shy. There are many children who are confident. Overconfident. So বাচ্চাদের মধ্যেও there's a range. When you're born itself, there could be shy, there could be the shy person might get more scared. A confident person might get less scared.
Right.
So like in children, there are different kinds, there are different behaviors when a child is
এটা same way for dogs.
With a dog. Now with a dog, the problem is a lot of us don't try to understand a dog. And if a dog is fearful, so if a dog is slightly fearful or a shy, let me even not start with fearful, a shy dog, like there can be a shy child, there can be a shy dog. আর ওই shy dogটাকে প্রথম বাড়িতে যখন আনা হয়েছে প্রথম 2-3 মাস খুব প্রোটেক্টিভ এনভায়রনমেন্টে রাখা হয়েছে, এক্সপোজার হয়নি টু পিপল, কেন বাবা হচ্ছে ওর শরীর খারাপ হয়ে যাবে, 2-3 মাস শরীর খারাপ হয়ে যাবে, বাইরে নিয়ে যাওয়া হবে না। অনেকেই বলা হয় যে don't take the puppy out till the vaccinations are not done.
Yes.
While that is completely true, but we have to strike a balance.
You remember আমি বলেছিলাম আগে না
vaccination হয়নি
নিয়ে যাব কি না, I was also quite scared.
Yeah, while it's right that vaccination না হয়ে গিয়ে যদি বাইরে নিয়ে যাওয়া যায়, the puppies can pick up diseases. But what is the risk really? The risk is of 2 diseases, distemper and parvo. The risk is not really of rabies that much. Can a puppy you're not going to expose to a rabid dog. It's natural. We are not going to do that. The risk is more of diseases like distemper and parvo, especially parvo, which puppies can pick up. Parvo happens when a puppy goes out and sniffs or anything on poop of another affected dog.
Okay.
So people get scared and don't take their dogs out. So a shy puppy who's not met people for approximately the first 3 months, and the second, we spoke about primary socialization stage, 2 months to 4.5 months is the secondary socialization stage. তখন the puppy needs to meet a lot of people, hear a lot of sounds. তখন ছোটবেলায়, even for a child, ছোটবেলা আমাদের ফিয়ার লেভেল কম থাকে, we might be a slightly shy child, কিন্তু ফিয়ার কম থাকে। বড় হয়ে আমাদের অ্যাকচুয়ালি যদি এক্সপোজারটা না হয়ে থাকে ফিয়ার বাড়ে। ইটস দ্য সেম ফর আ ডগ। নাও আ ডগ হুজ আ কিউট পাপি 5 মাসে খুব একটা লোকজনকে মিট করেনি, কেন বাইরে খুব একটা যায়নি, লোকজন ভিতরে আসেনি, দেন পিপল কাম অ্যান্ড স্টার্ট পিকিং আপ দ্য পাপি because it's a cute puppy.
That is wrong.
Because if it's a shy puppy and if you're going on picking up, the puppy is not going to like it. The puppy wants to back off. তখন আস্তে আস্তে এটা যদি বেড়ে যায়, it happens a lot with small dogs. People say small dogs are snappy, but why are they snappy?
And Shih Tzus and stuff.
Shih Tzus happens with a lot of Shih Tzu. People will come with a 2-year-old Shih Tzu, says my Shih Tzu snaps at anyone who tries to pick up. People will not pick up Millie that much, a husky. At 1 year, people will not keep picking up a husky or will not pick up a German Shepherd.
Or even, then just come, as you were doing small dogs এর কথা বলছিলে, তো Chihuahuas are always snappy. ওরা কি born like that?
sometimes it's the
Like
breeding also goes wrong.
we've seen videos like Chihuahua, like the devil incarnate, you know.
Yeah, so people are called this sometimes as a small dog syndrome as well. But it's more that because a small dog, people tend to pick up more. And if a small dog is shy and you're going on picking up, they're not going to like it.
They're not going to like it.
Okay, and then they will hit the line of tolerance. Say your mother will put up a lot with what you're doing. You're the son. You will put up a lot with what your sister's doing. As a brother and sister, you all will put up with a lot what both of you all are doing. But there are cases where you all will snap. So even with dogs, we need to understand they're not to reach that level. So how do we know that? How do we know that? Okay, so all dogs across the world have one common language of communication, which is body language.
Okay.
Even for human beings, actually, there is some research that says that 93% of our communication is body language. The day your sister comes home and she's upset or she's depressed, hopefully she doesn't have to tell you, I'm upset.
Right.
Looking at her facial expressions, hearing her tone, you should know that she's had a bad day or she's had a good day. Correct. Unfortunately, so we are so busy on social media and WhatsApp, we miss out those signs of family members.
Right.
But we should know that. So for dogs also, it is actually body language. So a dog will show a lot of signs of stress. We call it calming signals. Nose lick is a sign of stress in dogs. Okay, yawn is a sign of stress. Ears going back is a sign of stress. These are small level stresses a dog will give. So when a dog gives these signs of stress, if you're doing something, you should note that down, that the dog is going on giving it. Stop doing it, possibly what you're doing. If you ignore those signs and it's keep happening, people are coming, picking up the dog, and the dog is giving all these signs of stress, finally the dog will go to the next ladder, next step in the aggression ladder.
I have a আমার একটা সিচুয়েশনাল প্রশ্ন আছে যে বাড়িতে গেস্ট এসছে বসে আছে আমি মিলির এক্সাম্পলই দিচ্ছি বিকজ শি ইজ নিয়ারেস্ট টু মি মিলি সবার মাঝখানে বসে আছে এবার ও ঘুমাচ্ছে শি ইজ চিলিং ওকে suddenly she wakes up, she looks around, she yawns, okay, she look at me and then she'll again go back to sleep. So is that yawn?
No, that yawn, that's a brilliant question. That yawn is she's really sleepy. Okay, so you have to know that yawn is a sleepy yawn. Of course, she'll give a yawn when she's sleepy as well. So you have to see that what is the situation. Like you rightly said, she's sleeping and she's yawning, it's fine. But she's not sleeping and a person is approaching and you'll have to see it's not one. Look at the whole picture. Don't look at only one part. She's yawning, she's giving a nose lick, her ears is going back, she's given multiple signs. You wouldn't have noticed so much in Millie because I know Millie so well. She's a confident dog.
Yes.
Millie is a very confident dog. Okay, so but a dog with fear issues will give multiple of the signs. If you keep ignoring the signs and keep having people touch the dog, then the dog will go to the next level. The dog's body will stiffen. The tail will get tucked under. Which we know.
Yes.
But that's already the dog has given signs. The tail is getting tucked under, but the bottom of the tail is wagging. People will think it's a friendly wag. All tail wagging are not friendly dogs.
So like in one of our things you said ki there are more than 10 ways the tail can wag and those 10 ways have different
meanings. So the whole body is relaxed and the tail is wagging. It's a good wag. The dog is a friendly dog. But the body is crouched, the tail is between the legs and the bottom of the tail is wagging. The dog is scared. The dog does not want to be friendly. At that point, don't go and touch the dog.
Stay
because
back.
the dog can bite the person. The hackles are raised. The hair goes up. The tail is stiff, high up, body stiff. The tail is wagging.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, you've not seen this because you'll not see it in Millie. Millie's a confident dog, like I keep saying. The dog can bite. This can happen with a lot of. Now that you have a dog, if you see an indie dog on the road, stray dog.
I'm coming to Indies. I've got a lot of questions
for them. Stray dog lying down and injured. And you want to go and save the dog, but if you go and the dog is scared, and if you see the tail tucked under, the dog can snap and bite you. So sit next to the dog first, chat with the dog, just verbally talk to the dog, get the dog comfortable. Then go and touch the dog if required to check what's happened. Don't go immediately because the dog is already hurt. The dog will may bite. Okay, so build a relationship even if it's for a few minutes and then do it. So coming back to then, if you still don't go pay attention to, then it'll go to the next level. It'll be snapping, growling,
then
biting.
biting.
A lot of people punish their dog for growling. Don't punish a dog necessarily for growling, because the dog is giving a warning that I'm not liking what you're doing, so stop doing it. So people miss these steps, and then they come and say,
get into a problem, and then they call you up and say what to do. And you're like, shop to hoye gache, ebar ami ebar
but still you can.
There's hard work.
Yeah, there's a lot of effort to be put in by the family. Today morning 8 o'clock, I was working with a family which was brilliant. When they came to me, and we've just done online session, German Shepherd, and there had been a bad
and a Rottie.
No, this is a German Shepherd. My early 6:30 was German Shepherd and Rottie. This was a German Shepherd and a Golden Retriever.
Okay.
The German Shepherd they've had several biting incidents when they came to me. 2 years of age, several biting incidents. But the families put in a brilliant amount of effort, and we've gone for months without a biting incident.
So basically, যেটা আমি বুঝতে পারছি যে একটা আমাদের ফারি ফ্রেন্ডসদেরকে একটা ভালো লাইফ দেওয়ার জন্য ওদেরকে আমাদেরও একটা হিউজ এফর্ট দিতে হবে।
And the main thing is understanding your dog.
That is the main
thing, because dogs are completely different species altogether.
So আমি এবার ইন্ডিজ এর দিকে যাচ্ছি, which is a very which I feel is a very controversial topic. Okay. So আমি অনেক ইনসিডেন্টস দেখেছি যেখানে ইন্ডিরা অ্যাটাক করেছে, তারপরে লোকজন ওদেরকে অ্যাটাক করেছে, whereas end of the attack indies are the biggest losers, because obviously we are humans and stuff, and এরকম সিচুয়েশন হয়েছে যেখানে হয়তো আমি পার্সোনালি আটকেছি যে ভাই ঠিক আছে ছেড়ে দাও, এরকম আমি আটকেওছি অনেক লোককে। তো আমি এটা জানতে চাই যে ইন্ডিদের তো সার্ভাইভাল অফ দ্য ফিটেস্ট ব্যাপারে ওরা থাকে, ওরা খোলা আকাশের নিচে থাকে, সার্ভাইভ করে, স্ক্যাভেঞ্জ করে, খাওয়া দাওয়া করে থাকে। তো very big chunk of people, they are adopting indies as from puppies or normal way they're adopting indies. So for all the people out there who think that indies are absolutely not safe, or people who tolerate indies, I have no problem with indies, tolerate indies, তো ওদের জন্য এটা যদি তুমি একটু বলো যে এই ওদেরকে অ্যাডপ্ট করাটা ঠিক না ভুল না what's up, because I've seen a lot of people do this.
I completely understand. So it's not a black and white answer that it's right or wrong. Okay. So if you see a puppy completely in distress where the mother has died, the puppy can't survive, then of course you adopt the indie and bring the indie home. But there's a big thing there. An indie, like you rightly said, was meant to be outside. If someone adopts a dog home, you always strive to give, I would like anybody coming to me to not give a dog a good life, but to give a dog a great life.
Okay.
But even if you can't give a dog a great life, because we know that today's tensions, today's work people have, the stress people have, the pressure people have, people are working from crazy hours. So even if you can't give a great life, you need to give a fairly decent life. So to even an indie, even if it's an indie, any dog, for that matter, any dog, whether it's a husky, an indie, a beagle, any breed. So if you adopt an indie who's completely in distress, where the mother is dead, and you pick up the dog and bring him home, that's one thing. But if the indie is fine outside, the mother is alive, there's no problem, and the indie is having a fairly, I know he or she can meet with an accident and die, that there is a risk. But if you bring a puppy like that home, separate the puppy from the mother before 60 days, 45 days, bring the indie home, or bring 3 puppies home from that litter, and then you say that, okay, I'm giving the dog 3 meals a day, I have an AC environment, but I'm too busy and I can't take the indie out for a walk. I can't give the basic things like giving an exposure outside, taking the dog for a walk, giving some mental stimulation. Mental stimulation can be a find-it game with the indie, which will take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, not more than that, because indies are scavengers, and you channelize, they are scavenging,
and they're very smart as well.
They are very street smart. So if you don't give them a walk, if you don't give them, which is physical exercise, physical stimulation as well, you don't give them mental stimulation like convert a scavenging into a find it game, and you just pick up 2-3 people indies and bring them home, or even pick up one indie and then you have another dog at home and you're not giving them a reasonably decent life, that's when people start having challenges.
Okay.
Because an indie, like you said, is super smart. And if you have a smart dog and doesn't have ways to channelize his or her energy, then there could be a problem. And so, if you're too soft, the indie could become overpower you, not physically, but I feel, and this is not only about indies, about all breeds where people are just over pampering. Possibly, it's good to love the dog. I'm a dog enthusiast. I'm not a dog lover.
Okay.
I've quit my corporate career to work with dogs.
Okay.
But I still say there has to be certain boundaries.
So what is the difference between a dog lover and a dog enthusiast? Explain this.
A dog lover is you who loves dogs, right?
Yeah.
A dog enthusiast is someone who's possibly left a lot of things, a lot of great things in life to work with dogs, right? So we are beyond a dog lover as well. So we are beyond that as well.
So what is your view on these dog rescuers?
I think it's very important that they understand as well about that we don't pick up every dog on the road. Some dogs are happier out on the road. Okay, it's also about getting a match between a puppy picked up or a dog picked up and the family. Okay, so not everyone is equipped to handle a indie as a first-time pet parent.
Okay.
I have some brilliant first-time pet parents who are handling their indies brilliantly well.
Okay.
Because they are making that effort to understand the dog. They are making the effort to take the dog for a walk. They are making the effort to train the dogs on their own. They are taking support from me, but they are training the dogs themselves. And I have some brilliant first-time pet parents. But I also have a lot of dogs indies coming at 3 years, 4 years of age with behavior issues because people think that they've saved the indie. It's not only about saving the indie. You might be giving them a worse life in your house than what they would get outside.
I've seen a lot of indie owners tell our breed dog owners, okay,
that's also, I know I'm going to sound very, very unpopular in this, but I think it's each person's choice. And while I do agree that yes, adopt and don't shop is a good concept.
Yes.
But having said that, a lot of people want to love dogs and love dogs, but they might not be equipped to adopt any dog because a dog who is adopted will come with their own share of challenges.
So do you think me checking out Millie's parents
is very important
and the bloodline and everything is it okay or am I being
it's extremely important.
Am I shopping simply like a lot of people say?
It's extremely important to check out the parents because if there are any medical or behavior genetic problem with the parents, the puppy is likely to have it.
Okay.
So it's extremely important to check out the genetics of the dog. Also, going back to your previous question about should everyone just adopt or rescue dogs? Not everyone is equipped to do that. As humans, we are not equipped to do that. So you might be, and Nilanjan, specifically for you, you are equipped to do that because as a family you will have had dogs.
Yes.
As a family, so you will understand dogs
much better
than a lot of people. But a first-time pet parent adopts a rescued dog. A rescued dog may come with baggages.
Yes.
And you'll have to just put in more effort. I'm not saying that a dog can't be trained. Every dog can be trained. I've trained some.
You've told this to me 1,000 times.
Every dog.
Every dog can
and it's
be trained.
not about training the dogs. It's really about training the humans.
Yes.
So as long as the humans are willing to be trained, the dog can be trained. But a puppy on the road, like I said, inadvertently লোকজন হাত দেখাবে ইনঅ্যাডভান্টেডলি লোকজন বলবে শুশু যা
সো আমি এটাও দেখেছি যে যখন there are people in this blog as well other people I've seen the indies are kept like we keep the other dogs so আমি সব সময় এটা মনে করি যে আমার personally I have a certain amount of fear know about that fear but Indira ki beshi unpredictable more than say
so there's nothing called unpredictability in a dog.
Okay.
Dog behavior is absolutely predictable. So if everyone calls me up and says my dog is unpredictable, and if it's happened at 1-2 years of age, I will say first check out medical. Don't come to a behaviorist. Don't spend money on a behaviorist. Go and check out if there are any medical issues because only if there's a medical issue is a dog who's been completely calm, suddenly having aggression or behavior changes. Otherwise, dog behavior is absolutely predictable. So it's not that indie dog behavior is unpredictable. It's not. It's very predictable. So let's try and understand why a pet parent like you might get scared. And it's genuine. It's genuine. It's a genuine fear.
Yeah.
So when there are indies, typically belong to an area, to a road.
Okay.
Indies also not necessarily get enough food to eat. They scavenge. There are feeders, and in areas where there are good feeders, they are getting enough food. But even then, there is, like you rightly said, a survival of the fittest. So there is a fight for food.
Absolutely.
There is a fight for territory because that is their territory. Now, when we are taking our pet dog out for a walk, the indies have, and it's all related to fear. Fear of
I have a lot of fear. Yeah.
It's all related to the fear of the indies as well. The indie is getting scared. The street dog or the streetie is getting scared. So instead of saying indie, I'm just saying streetie out there is getting scared that there is someone else coming into my territory. If there is food around, which happens if there are feeders feeding the food, another dog might take off the food. If there are garbage vans going around, because garbage vans are source of food for a lot of indie scavengers, they will have a fear. Out of the fear, they will bark. It's natural that they'll bark. If anyone comes to your house or my house, Nilanjan, we will, and if it's barge in, we will get angry, right?
Yeah.
So it's natural. It's a very, very natural behavior for the indies to react the way they're reacting. And here we humans are at fault as well. We will say, this is our road. We are going to go down this road. I'm going to cross this way itself. And then we show a stick.
Like, no, what I like, recent case, whenever we go our normal route of walking, there is, like, when we go together, there is one black dog who keeps on barking at Millie.
Yeah.
So what I want to understand in the basic level, Millie is not Millie react করছে না মাঝে মাঝে করে বাট করছে না তো ওই যে কুকুরটা যেটা রিঅ্যাক্ট করছে সে বলতে চাইছে যে তুমি আমার ঘরে কেন ঢুকছো
plus if you see Nilanjan, the dog is sitting at that city center crossing and there is food given there.
Some rice is
There's rice is there.
Yes.
So the rice is there, so it's also the food zone. So typically if feeders are feeding, in fact, that place is not a right place to feed the dog because that's a rickshaw stand. Okay, when there is a rickshaw stand, today the dog is reacting on Millie, tomorrow the dog may react at some other person passing by. So the step one is that's not a right feeding zone. So the feeding zone should be a place which is not near a rickshaw stand, which is not where too many people pass. So feeders should feed it somewhere just a bit away. But having said that, that dog is reacting. What are we teaching Millie? That you don't react to that dog. It's his area. We have to make sure that our dog behaves.
We are guests in his place.
We are guests in his place. I'm never going to show a stick to that dog. You've seen that? But if a person shows a stick to that
because
person...
we've seen a lot of dog walkers walk with sticks.
Now, typically when the dog is barking, it's natural for the dog to bark because we are entering his territory, we are entering his food zone. It's natural for the dog to bark.
And be territorial
about it. If a human being shows a stick, who's being aggressive? The human being is aggressive. And then a dog who's already scared will get scared more.
And then that person reacts.
Exactly. Well, what do we do during a walk? We make Millie sit, stay, and we use our body language. And we can't tell a dog to stay. I've seen with 90%. If you make your dog patiently sit next to you and you tell the dog, move away with your body language, 99.9% of the indies move away. It takes only 2 minutes.
I've seen that.
As a human being, we just need to be patient for 2 minutes.
I've seen that.
And then when we move away, you just check back that the indie is not following you because the indie can follow you and nip you all of a sudden or nip your dog. So keep a distance with the dog. And at the end of the day, if not anything else, if the indie comes up very close, we use water. Because the water is not harmful for a dog, but an indie will back off.
Now I'm coming to another very controversial topic. Fireworks. Now fireworks নিয়ে এই দিওয়ালির আগে fireworks and Holi as well. এই সব ফেস্টিভ্যালের আগে there's a lot of people who share stuff keep it away from dogs and everything, and I have personally seen when there is fireworks around during Kali Puja and stuff, Millie is quite scared. She's not like really scared going under the bed, but she's a little bit scared. She's a little bit alert. Okay. And a lot of situations happen where the pet size is small, the pet passes away.
Yeah,
ठीक
yeah,
है?
absolutely.
So, what is your take on this?
Yeah, so I am not for fireworks at all.
Yeah, okay, neither am I.
Yeah, so Diwali I feel should be a festival of lights,
that's
and
it.
not a festival of
Sound.
And it's not only about dogs, it's also
And it's
set
all
for-
yeah.
for people as well, right?
People
We
as
have
well.
geriatric people in our houses.
Yeah, we have.
Salt Lake has a load of geriatric people.
It's basically an old age home.
Old age home.
Yes.
It's not nice that at 11 or 12 o'clock fireworks are going on. So it's not only about dogs. I'm not in agreement with fireworks, even for human beings. So I feel that yes, if you want to burst fireworks and each one has their own prerogative, do it which doesn't make any sound pollution. Okay, do things. There are a lot of things which are lights, right? And not necessarily fireworks, because I personally
with sound.
feel with sound. One is sound pollution, one is smoke pollution. The next day, it's full with smog, and it's not only unhealthy for the dogs, it's unhealthy for me. I can't go out running, and I like running. I can't go out running after 2 days after Diwali. So I don't agree to fireworks with sounds. That's a very personal take.
So what is the from a dog's point of
From
view?
a dog's
why do they get
perspective,
really scared?
yeah. So they
and
get
all?
scared again. So coming to dogs specifically, again, like I said, a lot of dogs have some fear issues. They might be born with slight shyness, etc. A lot of dogs till 4.5 months, which is their secondary socialization stage, is kept in a protected environment. They are not hearing crackers. And at 4.5, 5 months, max 6 months, the secondary socialization stage ends. And then fear slowly starts coming in for things that they've not experienced.
Okay.
Dogs hear anyway at a much higher level than we do. Their sense of hearing is much more powerful than us. So what that may not seem too loud to us itself will sound much louder to them. And this is just fireworks going all across. They will have fear.
You know, what I saw in 2023 Diwali,
Yeah.
Millie was quite scared.
Yeah.
No, not that, like a little bit less scared than
Yeah.
the last one. But like on 2024, this time we didn't have Kali Puja at our place. But Ebare, she was very inquisitive.
Yeah, so if they're inquisitive,
She wants to know what is going
so
on.
I do have, because Millie is, like I said, a confident dog.
Huh.
Millie will be inquisitive. So I
Yes.
had one dog who would stay with me, and while all the other dogs, while I also have a boarding place, so all the other dogs would go, and we would make sure. So as a pet parent, if your dog is scared, you should make sure that the dog finishes all the outside business, so soup potty, everything by 5:30, not beyond that. Then let the dogs just be at home. Give them a safe space. Give them a space to go underneath and hide or whatever. If they're crate trained, even better, because I know a lot of people have negative ideas about a crate, but a crate is a good thing because the dog learns that that's a den, the safe space. So as a pet parent, if you have a dog who's scared, which Millie is not, but if someone has a dog who's scared, then make sure that they're not taken out after 5:30. That's not right. That and at 1 year you can't take a dog out and say no, you get used to a firecracker. That needs help from a behaviorist. So then they should get in touch with a behaviorist to work with the behaviorist.
Which I will put your email ID on the description so that people can contact you.
So that's about it. Now, but what is wrong from even people who are bursting firecrackers, even a full jury? There are people, some who go and tease a dog.
That is wrong.
That is wrong.
That is very wrong. I don't agree
I
to
like
it.
Holi as a festival. I like Holi as a festival. But
But
what
why
is
will I
wrong
put
is,
colours?
why will I put color on a
another dog.
Okay,
But
so
without that person's permission.
exactly. Okay, so that's what my take
on this particular
festivals
so I want to this is a very serious question actually. What is the difference between a well-mannered dog and an ill-mannered dog?
Okay, so a dog, while a dog will be a dog, and we keep saying a dog will be a dog, when they come to stay in our social setting, what our objective should be is to make them a good canine citizen. Okay, so Labrador and Golden Retriever will jump, okay, at people because they're happy, or Millie will jump when they're happy. So someone might say, oh, I'm okay with my dogs jumping. But when they've come to live in our society, it's not okay that a dog jumps just because a dog is friendly. The dog is not aggressive, but that is not good manners. So I would rather teach a dog that don't go up and jump. You're friendly. That's really nice. But sit and give a paw and meet a person. So
which
it's
is more
acceptable in our society. So as a dog lover, I can't say that, oh, I know we say this in jest, that my dog rules. If
I
you
don't
come
say
into,
it.
I know we'll all say that, okay, my house, my dog's rules, okay? But when we live in a society, we look at the interest of the dog, we look at the interest of the pet parents and the family, and we look at the interest of the community at large. And in the community at large, there will be people who are not okay with the dog jumping.
No,
And
but I had actually told this to a relative of mine when he said कि আমার মেয়ে কুকুর ভয় পায় তাহলে তুই একটু ওকে বেঁধে রাখ. So I didn't like the word বেঁধে রাখ.
Yeah,
So I said কি ভাই তাহলে তুমি এসো না.
yeah, but that is not a right thing. Again, I would say if we train our dogs to that extent, and we can all train our dogs to that extent, that yes, when a person comes, the dog has to learn certain restrictions, right? When we were kids, we were taught to go to bed at say 9:30, 10 or whatever. So dog should get used to being tethered, because it's not right. The dog thinking that I'll be free and running all around. Teach the dog good manners, that when a guest comes in, go to your mat and settle down there. If the person is a dog lover, by all means run around the house and play with the person. But if the person is not a dog lover, you settle down next to me, like we've spoken about your father's dogs, right?
Yes.
That you can move around, but don't go and interact with the person.
They never used to do that.
Absolutely. So when a person sees, it's our responsibility to convert at least some person of non-dog lovers or neutral into
at least
those
neutral.
who like dogs. Or say, hey, this is a well-mannered dog. He's not coming and jumping on me. He's settling down. And if we keep doing that, maybe after 10 visits to someone's house, the person will say, yes, this is a well-mannered dog.
Okay.
So a dog not jumping on people, not eating off the table, table scraps, because a dog will do it. So we train a dog to be a good canine citizen in our settings, so that we go halfway and they go halfway. But if a person says, oh, I'm not, the dog is shredding up my plants, a dog will try to shred up plants.
I'm experienced.
Give the dog an alternative to shred up. So a toy or old Amazon boxes.
Okay.
Brilliant things. Tear up old bottle. So the dog learns that I can rip apart this Amazon box, because a dog will want
but
to
I can't rip apart a cushion.
I can't rip apart a cushion, because that is a badly behaved dog, that I'm ripping around a cushion. But a well-behaved dog will, okay, I'm playing with my toys, and by toys I don't mean fancy toy buying all the time. It can be I give all the things, my old jeans, my old bed covers, we don't throw anything in our house.
I give as because you told me, I give ওই বোতলের
ছিপিটা বের করে
বোতলের ছিপিটা বের করে বোতলটা
you can give, as long as they're not ingesting the plastic, it's okay. Okay, so make toys out of that and teach the dog that you will be a dog by ripping apart all this, but when it comes to my plants and when it comes to my cushion, hey, you can't be a dog. At that time you have to behave in an appropriate manner.
I'm going to ask you,
which is why training on day one.
Yes, and I'm going to ask you, most difficult dogs to train.
Okay, I knew you'll ask me this question. So since you've not asked most difficult breed, I'll come to breed.
No. Okay, fine. Breed. Okay, most difficult breed to train.
I'll first come to most difficult dog. Okay, then
fine.
we'll come to breed. Okay, we'll come to breed as well. So dogs who have a lot of fear issues, or adult dogs who have got away with a lot of aggression, the effort required to train them is more. Because a lot of unlearning has to happen. A lot of dogs start losing trust on human beings because of the way we have behaved. It all starts with the human being. But also the dogs, they also learn to trust fairly fast as well. But dogs who have a lot of fear issues are difficult dogs to train, because first is we have to go very slow. We can't push them too fast. We have to go at their pace. They have to go completely at their pace. Okay, so irrespective of breeds, a dog who is very fearful, very nervous, across breeds, you need a lot of patience. And in today's world, most human beings are losing patience. They want things at a snap of a finger. So convincing those people that you will need to be patient. Things have gone wrong, unfortunately, in the past.
But we have to rectify it.
We have to rectify it. Any dog can be trained. Even at 10 years, people ask me, today morning, the German Shepherd and Rottweiler that we were talking about, the German Shepherd is 10 years old. And I started by training the Rotti, because the Rotti is a pup. But now we've moved to training the Rottweiler, German Shepherd as well. Because at 10 years, I said, I still want the dog to have a good life. I want the dog to go for a walk. And if leash pulling, we can teach the dog not to pull on the leash even now, so that the dog has a good walk, the human being has a good walk. It's nice. So coming back to which are difficult dogs, the dogs who have, in my experience, who have a lot of stress, a lot of fear, we need a lot of patience.
And what about the dogs who are not
confident dogs?
Yeah.
In a way, they're more fun.
Uh-huh.
Because you're not working on the behavior, you're just training them and having fun, and you can teach them a lot of things much more quickly. In terms
they're
of,
more acceptable to the
acceptable,
commands and stuff.
and they will be playful. You use a lot of toys. A dog with fear issues may not be playful in a lot of situations.
Abhi, you tell about the breed.
Now, what a breed! I know you're jumping to that. So easy breeds are Golden Retriever, Labradors, German Shepherds. These are all easy breeds. In terms. So you already have the breed.
Yeah.
So in terms of breeds, every breed has very specific temperaments.
Okay.
In terms of temperaments, Huskies and Beagles have a stubborn streak to them.
Okay.
We use the word stubborn, but it starts with independence. They have an independent streak in them.
Okay.
Why are they independent? So a husky was bred to pull sleds. In Siberia. Okay. It was very difficult environment that they were working on. They had to follow a certain and
their own instincts.
Own instinct.
Yes.
They have to follow their own instincts, and they have to be stubborn about the instincts. That this is the route that we have to follow and go to. A beagle is a scent hound. If they go and they know under the shrubs, we don't know where the hare. They have to go and find that out, right? So they will say that no, this is the route, because their scent is much stronger than ours. So they know that no, this is the scent that I need to follow, not what you human is saying, because my scent is stronger than yours. So it's important. We have bred them that way. We have bred them to be independent. We have bred them to be stubborn. We as human beings have bred them. So of course that when it's independent and stubborn, they have a strong mind of their own.
Yes.
So when you try to train them, of course, the amount of patience that you need, a lot of patience. Now, a husky, they were bred to pull sled dogs and run kilometers after kilometers. So they are not so interested in sitting and playing in the house. While a lot of training, at least I do, by getting the dog to play. So with a husky, they will be bored if I want to play. A husky is easy to train as a puppy. But then as soon as they know, yes, we can go out and we want to run, running becomes their primary
thing,
what they love doing. So a husky, which is why, like you see with Millie, we do most of the training outside, because training is more fun for them outside. And you see outside, she will do a sit or a stay
very easily,
because the reward for a sit stay is, hey, let's run after this. But in a house, sit and stay and throw a ball. I'm not interested in a ball, is what she's going to say.
We covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah.
And obviously we're going to do another episode on this, because we can go on and on.
We can go on for the whole day.
On for a whole day. And thank you for coming for today's episode. I'm going to share your email ID on the description. And we've said some controversial things as well. We'll see what people think about it. That's their problem. And
I'm more than happy to take more and more questions.
Questions. Okay, so thank you, Paromita, for coming. And guys, like and subscribe this episode.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, Nilanjan. Thank you very much.